All right, and welcome to today's episode. Glad to see everybody's here. Hoping everybody's having a good day. So today we are over at our amusement park area, and what we're going to work on is we're going to work on a new game over here that I'm going to be building. It's going to go right in here, and it's about this size. I got it all laid out here as far as the beginning part of it, but I need to do some digging, and this is what we're going to be using. So. Should be a little bit of fun here. So hopefully, I don't know if I want to get this all done in one episode. It's going to take a little bit of building to do. I've got it built out in creative, but I do need to do some digging and getting some space made up in here. So what I'm going to do is I'll build up the very bottom of this here, and we'll talk about what we're going to do here after I get some of this area cleared up. But what we're building is we're going to be building a SPLEEF game. If you've never played it, it's quite a bit of fun. And we're going to be using slime blocks simply because one of the things that you kind of want in any of the SPLEEF games is that it's easy to mine the blocks that your opponents are standing on. And slime blocks are an instant mine even with just a hand, which is great. So pretty easy to mine. Can be should be kind of fun. It'll change a little bit because you're going to be bouncing around when you're standing on them. But for those of you that have never played a SPLEEF game, it's pretty interesting. What you do is you get yourselves out here, and there's basically a hole. And the intention of it is to take your opponent and knock the block out from underneath them and get them to drop down to the bottom out of the area of play. Once we get this set up, there'll be sort of a slime block collection area, and having to reset this. The only way to reset it is going to be manual, but it should be a lot of fun, and it won't take that long to reset. And I'll be bringing over a bunch of extra slime blocks just in case, because you're going to lose some no matter what you do. So first thing I do is I do some digging. So I got my handy pick out, and I got my shovel, and we're going to do some digging. And when I get the bottom of this all squared away, I will head on back. So we'll see you here in a bit. All right, welcome back. So got our hole built right here. Boom. And what we're going to do is our SPLEEF arena is not going to be square. It's actually going to be kind of round and with a donut shape to it. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that's 5. And then we're going to come in, I think it's 2. We're doing our L. So this is what our shape of our arena is actually going to be. So this glass is going to end up going all the way up. And we'll have something else other than the stone behind it. But it helps, we'll do something in here. This will be the way out right here. We'll play up above, drop down, and work our way out here. So probably a good idea to sort of torch this area up. Since we really haven't been torching up many of this over here. It's time to get some light over here. See if we can get our mobs under control. But so that's what the size of the arena is going to be. So let me get the torches laid in. Or not torches. Get these torches, some torches laid out. And get ourselves some glass laid in, a little bit of lighting down on the bottom. And come back here once I get that shape built, and I'll sort of show you what the next little bit of it's going to be. So let me get to work. All right, and welcome back. So we've got our sort of our drop area kind of finished here, mostly finished here. Got our glass up. We're going to have to clean up some of the stone out underneath the glass, but we'll do that from the backside when we start decorating the this area in here. What we're going to do is we're going to put some leaves in and some lighting just to get it all cleaned up inside of here. And then what we're going to do is I don't have all this wired in just yet, but what we're going to do is we're going to put a glass elevator, and I'll just sort of show you what we're going to do. Right here, we're going to put this is going to be a pillar of glass going all the way up to the top, and what we're going to do is we're going to have some water drops in here that are going to come up from dispensers that are going to be down on the floor. And what will happen is that they're going to wash all of the slime that's sitting down here to a central location, I think. There's two ways to go about it. We can have water drops that are gonna flush it all to the center here. What we'll do is put like a ring of hoppers or something. But that's gonna look kind of weird. I'm not sure I really want to do that. Or what we can do is just have people pick it up and then drop it into a spot, which is one option. But I kind of want to be able to flush the slime that's going to get dropped up, so that it is in a more central location, or run it all the way. You know, bring it into a glass elevator and have it go up, so that you can kind of see it, and have it up to the top there. So you kind of replace all the slime that's up above us right here, and just get a flat layer. And then when you're putting it down, it's much easier to do it from above than from below. But you kind of have to get this first layer in to really make it useful. So that's sort of the bottom is going to look like in there. And then what we're going to have is right here is going to be a on each of these four corners. Yeah, right here is going to be sort of a different color, and each player will come in. This is sort of a 4-player arena. I think it's big enough to do that. And what it'll do is there'll be one color here. I think it's going to be blue, purple, green, red. I think are the 4 colors that I chose for that. I'll have to go look them up again. I haven't looked at my creative world in a little bit. But what'll happen there is that there'll be 4 colors in a drop pad that you'll enter up at the very, very top. You'll walk in and go down a ladder, and then everybody will go in and start get into the arena at the same time. But they come in from 4 different sides. One from there, one from there, one from there, one from there. And this is going to be like 5 or 6 levels up as well. So there'll be plenty of time to get and work with each of the players. So what I need to do next is go and collect some resources to get this bottom lid in, and then actually finish the collection method for our slime. That's going to be the next sort of thing we're going to do. I'll figure out whether or not I want to put in some sort of a water process for it, or whether or not we're going to just have the players just run around and pick them all up, which will probably be, in all honesty, faster and easier to do than trying to put any complicated system in there. But I definitely want to get this bottom area sort of shaped in, at least to get the lighting in, so that we don't have any mobs spawning down in here that's gonna get us. But I want to get this all lit up at the very least. So I need to go grab some more sandstone to get it in here, and a bunch of leaves. And I think what I want to use is going to be the this spruce leaf. I think is the one I want to use in here. I think it's going to have the one of the better textures. It's going to have to go too deep, I think, except for where the lights are at, around all this whole thing. So some of these are going to have to be whittled away a little bit, but that's okay. I kind of knew that was going to happen as we were going. Some of these are going to get filled in. It wasn't going to be perfect the first time. I knew that going into it, but this was just sort of our general shape. So let me go and collect some supplies for the next little chunk that we have to do here, and then I will bring you back once I got a little bit of work done on these areas here. So I will catch you here in a second. Alright, and welcome back. So, got our leaves in here. I'm not so sure on... Still haven't figured out what I'm going to do here, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do the elevator. As much as I thought it would be a cool idea to have that, it just doesn't make a lot of sense in the long run. But it's also something that wouldn't be that hard to come back and put in at a later time, so we're going to leave it out for now. I did get the leaves in place and the glowstone, and this is what it looks like from inside. I think it looks pretty good. It's got most of the lighting to the center, but we've got some other lighting in here that we're going to do, so I think I'm going to be okay, but I am going to throw down some torches in here. You know, better safe than sorry on some of these areas, just to make sure. You know, it should be enough. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to be starting up in our actual where all the slime blocks go. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to frame out our play areas. So what we want to do is we've got purple over here is what I think I'm going to do. And drop that, of course. And so we got our purple over there. And I think I'm going to do... Yeah, I'm going to do blue over here. There is absolutely zero pattern to this, other than this is what I've decided. We're going to do green here, or sorry, red here. And we're going to put green up on the outside. And the only real reason I was thinking green on the outside is that the glass-clay combination looks better on green than it does on a lot of these other ones. So that's where that's going to go. And then what we're going to do is, this is the size of it here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that is how tall we go on each of these. As we're going up. And then everything inside of this is going to be slime. Yeah, just like that. And the last thing I'm going to do is put the slime in. Mostly because working on slime is a real pain in the butt. And what I want to do is be able to keep working on the inside of this, and ender pearls will be the easiest way for me to get up and down, for sure. So that is what those areas are going to look like. So what I want to do is get some more glass in here. So let's make up some glass here. Oops, we'll put our wool away for right now. And what I need is I need 8 of each of these, because we're going to make a stack of glass for each of these 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is more than what we're going to need, but it's a nice even number to work with. Get ourselves moving on that as well. And we're going to need to do some digging on the back of some of these as well, because again, this is going to be glass in here. So let's get the purple in here. And what we have is right here, and there we go. That's what we're going to do there. And I put that wool away, didn't I? I did. And then there we go. So So let's go down here, take a quick look. So that is how, so basically from this wool up to the top of that wool is going to be all slime all the way around. So that is what we're going to do. You can see here we're going to have another, we're going to have to do some more leaves in there. I'm probably going to have to get some more. I don't think I got enough of them, as well as around all of this area as well. But that is what I've got there. So let me get the rest of these in place here and go see what we've got as far as resources to get that done. So I should be in good shape. So I will be back with you here in just a bit. All right, welcome back. So got all of our areas laid in here. You can see the 4 areas that we're going to go. And now we're going to put in a little bit more glass and some lighting here on the sides. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to put this lighting beam in here, just like this. And that's what we're going to do here. Oh, I need to get that. I forgot one little thing, because we're going to finish it all up at the same time. And what goes in each of these little, on top of this right here, is we're going to go back to our cyan glass. And just finish it up like this. You know, pretty simple. Just like that. And then finally, we're going to cap these off again with this dark prismarine. So there we go. So that is what this outside is going to look like right here. So you can kind of see here we're going to have to do a little bit more leaf work and some lighting on the back of this, which is fine. And here and here. This is going to be open up to the outside, and so is this one going to be open up to the outside, and this one over here. So those are going to be fine. But we're going to need to do some work back over there in that corner as well. Not a big deal. We can definitely make that happen. Get some more leaves in there. Oh, little friend. Arrow to the face. Okay. He's taken care of. So back to our stacking here. Get some. So that's what this is going to look like as far as the outside ring. The inside ring is going to look a little different. Those are going to come up, and there'll be some more glass in the center there. But we're going to do that next. So let me get, we're going to do the inside here a little bit differently, because it's going to have another circle shape to it. So this is really just sort of a donut. We're going to take this donut hole out of the middle here. So let me get these all finished up with all of our glass, and then I will be back with you here in just a bit. All right, and welcome back. So let's take a look from down below here where we're at. So this is what we've got here. I called in another opinion, and I replaced all of the glowstone down here with the sea lanterns, because we kind of are going to do sea lanterns for the majority of our lighting in this overall, and I think the sea lanterns behind here is probably going to be a better choice. So that is what it is. You know, no big deal. So let's take a look here and see if we can get. Let's work on our inside here for a bit. So coming off right here, what we're gonna have is, let's see here. I think we go. Oops, let me go pull up my real quick here. My image here. Yeah, that's right. All right. So what in here we have we're gonna do kind of a circle, and what this is this is the one of the parts on it. So it's a 3 wide here, and then we have a 1. And then over here, we have the same 3 again. So right here, we have 3 like this. we'll get our extra lighting on the inside right here. And boom. So that's how I did the measurements there. So, and then use dirt so that it's easy to pull this all down real quick. So it's not a perfect circle, but it definitely has that circular shape to it from above. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop up onto this right up here. And this is going to be a little bit different part of the build. We're going to use some of the different prismarine colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a lantern here. And then we're going to cut over to our regular prismarine and go up. Let's see here. 1, then 2. Yeah, right, like that. And then come finish up on this. So. And what we're going to do right here is that. So this is what each side of that is going to look like. And that's going to be the inside of the so this is going to have all of the slime attached to it, and it'll come down as we go. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to do sort of this different look to it. So you can see through it as you're playing. I wanted some glass in there, but I wanted a signal that said this is the top and this is the bottom. With the sea lanterns, I think it gives a little bit of extra light down here. So these will probably be able to go away. But what it also does is it also tells us that, hey, you've reached the bottom and you're going to fall in there in a bit. So keeping that in mind. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. And I may swap this out right here with something like that. Just to sort of make that, kind of like I said, I want to signal that this is going to be a different, this is the last level. And I think this is probably the right thing to do, is swap this out. This is actually not even in my my creative build that I did for this. But it does definitely signal, hey, you're coming to the end right here, and need to take a look at this. So that's what this is going to be. So let me build this up, and what I'm going to do is build this up, and then come back in here and take a look at it. And I might even put the slime up in here. So let's see. See if my Ender Pearl Foo is any good. Yeah, I like that. Just like that. So, sea lantern. Some of this. Let's eat that. Right there, and then get this out of the way and see if we can build without having to swap around too many blocks. And then just like that. Yeah. And this is our starting level, and actually these are going to get replaced. So that worked out pretty well there. Let's do it again right here. And this should make it pretty good as far as what we're going to be doing on this last little level here. We're almost done with this, which is kind of nice. Getting much closer to the tail end of the actual arena. And then what I think I'm going to have to do, and I need to look at the time, is because this is basically the end of our playable area. And looking at this, I may have made this too low. Uh-oh. So I only have to come up one level. So, bummer. Yeah, it's not good. Alright, so let's do this. Let me go take a sleep, and let me check my my build in here and find out exactly what I did wrong. Pick up these, since they're hard to come by. Our squid farm isn't quite running as it should be. But let me get sleep the night away, go check my creative build and see where we're at, and I think I'm going to have to raise that centerpiece up a little bit. But I will be back with you here in a bit. Alright, and welcome back. So, I did figure out what was wrong with this, is that this is actually 3 pieces of glass in here to go up. And that puts us right where we need to be. So it was a pretty easy fix once I took a little bit of time to figure out what it was. But that completes our inner circle. So this is what we've got so far, and this is where we're going to call it a day here, because this is actually the bottom half of this. So everything from these lamps up to the top where we just finished is all going to be slime. And that's our playing arena. And that is where we're going to stop for today. I'm going to work on collecting some additional resources, I think, for terraforming on the outside of this. But that is all I've got time for today. Love to hear your feedback on this. Hope you enjoy what we're doing here, and some suggestions on how we're going to terraform this on the way out. I'd love to hear your comments. You can leave them down below. And as always, you can find me on Twitter at @AWanderingNerd. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you want to see more, definitely subscribe. So, until next time, this is a Wandering Nerd.